The first 2 months of the regular season down. What will the final 2 bring us as we're off in Week 9? And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. They'll start on the ground here on first down. And forget about finding a lane. He barely had time to look up before he was planted in the backfield. It'll go as a loss of 3 right away, and it's second down.
This defense is a difficult one to prepare for, one of the best in the league. They'll come at you from all angles, and they did a nice job there stopping him for a loss.
So now they have to contend with 2nd and 13 after the first down run goes backwards. Really good effort. He does it himself, picks up 15, also picks up the first down.
How about that there? No frills, no additives, right? Nothing crazy. Just find a way to pick up the first down. A nice run right there.
Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. From the gun, they'll try to run it. And he'll manage to pick up about 4. It's second down. Well, this defense for the Eagles, they were excellent last week in the win over the Chargers.
I have to admit, I was extremely impressed by what I saw on tape because they stayed in the face of the quarterback the entire game, ended up getting 4 sacks total, and made it difficult for him to step up and find receivers downfield. Also made it hard for him to escape the pocket and run.
18 Rattler, 18 Rattler.
Now they'll switch it up here and look to throw. Quick hitter here, it's complete.
Oh, I see you nodding your head along with me, partner, because it's pretty obvious what they were trying to do there on the drag route. With his speed, they're hoping he can turn the corner and maybe take this to the house. But that was excellent work defensively to make sure once he caught it, he wasn't going anywhere.
Out of the gun now on 3rd down. And he will find his man on the outside. And he's going to have a Commander's first down, although it doesn't appear to be by much. He needed 4, and he got 4 on 3rd down. But they kept it simple there, CD, only needing the short gain to move the chain, so they didn't want to go with a deep throw. They just go with that safer, shorter throw and able to convert.
Nothing wrong with that at all, partner. Check the box, right? Make sure you pick up the first down. Offense is getting established. You're moving the ball. You're not turning it over. Check, check, check. They like what they're doing early in the game.
Boy, nowhere to go at all on that first down run as they will get to him behind the line of scrimmage.
They had 3 tight ends in that formation. That's almost a universal sign that they're planning to run the football. But how about the defense there? They met force with force and caused a stack up behind the line of scrimmage and threw him for a loss.
So after the loss of a yard, they'll look to push forward here on 2nd down and 11. Now an option play, and he'll keep it. And they went the wrong way there, losing yardage back at the 43-yard line. That 2nd down play nets a -4. But sometimes that option can get bogged down before the gears really even get into motion, and I think that's what we saw there.
And I think what he saw defensive end right in his face because he looked up and he was right there. Didn't even have a chance to get going.
Now throwing on 3rd down there, but he cannot connect. Washington going to send out their punter. As the first drive of the game stalls out, he's on to punt. Fielded just inside the 20. That'll go as a punt of 34 yards that time. And out will come the offense as they take over. Hurts and the Eagles come up here 1st and 10, just shy of the 30. They'll try and start this drive in the air. And he cannot avoid the pressure as the Washington pass rush gets home. That's Deron Payne with a sack that time.
We talked about prior to the game, and it played out right there on the first play, didn't it? This offensive line is going to have his hands full all night long.
Well, you often speak of scripts to start a game. Does this mean that play number 2, they're going to go off the script a little bit?
Yeah, what's interesting is that most people, when they script now, they actually script those contingencies in. Okay, in case they can't run the play they want to, pockets long distance now, let's go to that play.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. And this is caught by Watkins. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. Able to convert on 3rd and 14. A terrific play call.
Oh, that was a pretty route right there because it's all about finding a window on a route like that. He lined up on his left, ran the deep in route over the middle, and the ball was right where it needed to be. Really good trust between quarterback and receiver. Really good completion.
Now, meanwhile, a pass that should have been intercepted, but it winds up falling incomplete. And, CD, you look at this defense, what kind of pressure are they under trying to stop a team that has won 5 games in a row?
Well, to me, it makes their job harder because you know you're going up against an offense that's playing at an elite level, and sometimes you can get too caught up in trying to play the perfect game. You're trying to be too precise, too fine, instead of just letting it rip. And I think that's more the priority than trying to be absolutely perfect.
So they just need 1 yard here to pick up the first down. On 3rd down, they're going to run for it here. Well, he's not going to get there. That won't even be close. It was blown up in the backfield. That'll back him up 2 yards and also bring up 4th. The Eagles send out their punter now as he's on to punt for the first time tonight. He was called on 3 times in the win last week as his first one here's away. And a great job on special teams to down it as this will be marked out inside the 5-yard line.
That punt was near perfection as it checked up inside the 5-yard line. You never know where these things are going to go, do you?
No, what was it? You got a John Heisman quote about that,
yeah,
right?
He said the football is roughly a prolate spheroid, which means it's going to bounce funny, and you never know where it's going to end up.
From deep in their own territory, they look to throw. And it's a short one here, complete to the tight end. That'll go for a gain of 7, and that will bring up 2nd down. That's a staple of this offense. Drag route to the tight end.
Yeah, he was unable to use his size to break off much more yardage after the catch, but still an effective gain nonetheless.
60 average, 60 average. Ready.
Now they'll run the option to the short side left. And he's going to lose yardage here back at the 8. That's a big loss of 3, and it brings up 3rd down. We're scoreless after 1. The Eagles call on the extra defensive back here as they prepare for a stop on 3rd down. A first throw for the backup, Wilson. And that ball incomplete, nearly intercepted. Took a chance with that one. It'll lead to a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he'll kick it away for the 2nd time. And take it right on the 30. Now a hit and a loose football.
And that's what friends are for.
As the returner, you know who you're buying dinner for later.
Oh, without a doubt, because he just took care of you and your team in a big way. You know, you turned it over there. That's a big momentum changer and put your defense in a bad spot.
The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And, Charles, if the season ended today, and it's not going to, we still have December left.
More football.
We're only in November. But they would be a wild card team. And that's great. They'd be in the playoffs, but you know they're trying to bump up to be one of those division leaders.
That guarantees you at least one home game in the playoffs, and that's what you're really seeking. But there also isn't much margin for error for this team, right? Because right where they're sitting, a 2-game losing streak could have them out of the playoffs. So they've got to make sure they continue to keep the momentum down.
Absolutely. There's some sharks smelling blood in the water behind them. Multiple defenders there to drop him for a loss of 4.
Okay, you know my bias is about to come out here. A lot of people think that the offense is just moving in the wrong direction. I'd say they're moving in the right direction because the defense is pushing them back.
Former defensive guy. Now, as a quarterback, 3rd and long, you really got to rally the troops here, don't you?
Yeah, you do in a big way. And what else do you have to look out for? More pressure coming at you because it seems to be working pretty well.
Now a 3rd down throw, but it misses the target, incomplete.
Like what I've seen so far out of this defense because they've been showing their best coverages on 3rd down. So far, only allowed 1 conversion on a handful of attempts. One area of their game plan that they've executed to perfection.
35 yards that time on the punt. And the Commanders will take over with a 1st and 10.
Let's go now.
Out there set ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. Just the one misstep for them in the first half of the season. 7-1 is the record at the midway point. And in terms of whatever power rankings you want to go by, they're at or near the top of the list in terms of best teams in the National Football League.
And for me, in my little bit of rankings here, I've got them at the top. I know there's still 2 months to go, and we've seen teams get off to hot starts and then fade away due to injuries or the schedule or whatever. But unless there are a rash of injuries on this team, I'd be surprised if they aren't a 1st or a 2nd seed come playoff time.
79 Broncos.
Now a first carry here for Robinson. 2 yards on the pickup, and that's all they needed to move the sticks.
2nd and 1 is often an invitation to take the big shot downfield. I'll bet the offensive lineman said, are you kidding? We just get on our backs and let's go get the 1st down. They love being physical.
They go play action with Wilson. He's going to rifle one deep left side. It's caught inside the 25. Touchdown, Washington. Jahan Dotson, his 5th touchdown now on the year. And the Commanders post the first points of the ballgame as they take the lead here in this 2nd quarter. Footing always a concern, but the extra point's up and good. And it's now a 7-0 game. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. It hasn't gone particularly well for them, that's obvious. In these conditions, no points so far. They've got to get that offense on track. The question, how do they do it?
It is the age-old question, isn't it? And to me, finding a way to make sure your playmakers touch the ball without it being too exotic. Meaning you don't have to go deep down the field. Maybe you hit them on those short passes on the perimeter. Make sure you just turn around and hand it to your best runner and get out of the way. Don't cause any extra stress on your offense.
So here's a 1st and 10 at the 38. Hurts sets up to throw it. That one almost intercepted, but it's incomplete. Not a good throw there, and it'll be 2nd down.
That certainly appeared to be a play call where they were just trying to make 2nd down, 2nd and short. I think they thought the coverage was off a little bit more than it was. Nice job there pressing up on it and forcing the incompletion.
They go play action with Hurts. Open man, that's Devontae Smith. And getting this just shy of midfield, they'll spot it at the 49. Hurts to his former Alabama teammate Smith for an Eagle first down.
On the jump.
One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he carries this one past the midfield stripe and into Commander territory. It's a 6-yard gain on the ground, and that'll make it 2nd and 4.
And there we saw one of the downsides of blitzing during a rundown, because sometimes you get out of your gaps. You don't fit the run quite as well because you're headed towards the ball carrier with abandon.
From the 45 on 2nd down, Hurts. This is Smith with a grab. And they're going to have another first down here as the tackle's made at Washington's 24-yard line. A gain there of 21 yards.
And that's a more than acceptable read right there, because it's zone coverage, so timing is everything. This time he waits for his man to come open, puts it right on him, and they pick up a first down.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. And they'll get this down to the 10. Another nice gain, 13 yards that time, and another first down.
How many times do we say in this game that speed kills, and it does it in so many different ways? In this case, you got a back who's quick and shifty, can make moves, make people miss, but also gets to and through a hole before it can close down. That's some of the benefits of that speed, not just outrunning people in the secondary. That led to a really nice game.
Blitz coming, and down he goes. That's sacked by Tremaine Edmonds. But he continues, Charles, to be under constant pressure. And these sacks, they're starting to pile up.
And if they want to have a realistic chance in this one, they've got to change their blocking assignments. They've got to do a better job to keep him upright. If he's going to be on the deck constantly, they've got no chance to win this game.
And they're going to get this down inside the 15.
They made a nice effort to stick him with a loss for that play, but it's going to take more than that to keep him from advancing the ball. Should be an entertaining battle anytime he tucks and runs over the second half of this contest.
Ninth play of the drive coming up, and certainly not an easy one on 3rd and long. Throwing his Hurts. Looking end zone, but it's incomplete. A misconnection there. He's hit on just 50% of his passes thus far. That's not where you want to be.
Now you see the evolution of the game. You go back to the quarterbacks of old, 50% would be terrific because they threw the ball downfield almost every time they threw it. Now with a short passing game, you should be above 60% just to be in the average range.
So 1st and goal quickly turns into 4th and goal, and then 4th and goal turns into no points whatsoever.
That's a very disappointing sequence of events right there. And I, for one, would not want to be the kicker who has to run over to his head coach and explain that one.
The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And, you know, certainly a lot of football left to play. We're not into December yet, but right now where we stand, they're in first place in their division, looking really good and looking to be a threat come January.
And are you one of those early holiday shoppers, partner? Are you one of those guys get your list done? Because I think about what every team has on their holiday shopping list right now. What's the number 1 goal? Make the playoffs. Number 2, win your division. Number 3, and I think the biggest goal of all, try to get the number 1 seed so you get that first-round bye and ensure you don't have to go anywhere in January and hopefully get to the Super Bowl that way.
A 2nd down pass play there, but it's incomplete.
Well, they approached this drive with a lot of confidence after their last one ended up as a touchdown. But incompletions on their first 2 throws has them huddling up and trying to figure out a big play here on 3rd down to get their momentum going again.
They had the incomplete pass on 2nd down. Now they need a big play here, 3rd and 10. Wilson. And he comes back with one complete. And they work this well upfield across the 45. Excellent play there on 3rd down. Give them 25 yards.
So many times in my career I've heard coaches talk about completions are one thing, As long as we're there at the catch and we get guys on the ground, we can live with that. But if you're going to give up 10, 12, 15 yards after the catch, then your defense is going to be in a lot of trouble.
Warriors 70.
They'll look to throw again. He's going to flip one out here to his running back. On the move past the 40. And he is tackled inside the 40, not quite to the 35. This gain not quite as good as the last, but still over 40 yards between the two. Line of scrimmage, the 37 on 1st and 10. Now here's a little touch pass as they tap it quickly to their receiver. And he'll take it down to the 30-yard line. And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. As the stoppage will come with 23 seconds to go till halftime.
Cut 19! Cut 19!
Robinson up the middle. A short gain here, maybe a yard to the 29. Not a whole lot there. The defense was ready, it looked, for that run-pass option.
You get the sense that next time he has that opportunity, he may keep it himself and get to the perimeter. Probably owes his back a little bit of an apology on that one, huh?
This will be play number 7 on the drive. 3rd and a yard. Here's Wilson. And that is incomplete. 16 seconds now on the clock.
And based on my math, they've only converted 1 time thus far in this game, so you can see the frustration starting to come out a little bit. 3rd downs, they've been a problem for them all game. They've got to start becoming solutions.
Sly able to put this one through. So he's been automatic to this point of the season, and he connects on the field goal there.
And what a luxury it is to have a kicker you can depend upon, partner, because he hasn't missed all year long. Converts on that one as well. And kudos to you. You didn't jinx him.
So not much time to speak of remaining in this first half as the kick's away. It's a squibber picked up around the 27. They're going to take this up close to the 40, so really good starting field position. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And with 8 seconds on the clock, really not a lot of time to try to put anything together. Going deep here for Watkins. And incomplete on the deep ball.
They gave it a shot with the deep pass, but it wasn't going to work there. And now there's less time for them to try and get 3 before the half. Let's see what they dial up on this next snap.
And now a timeout defensively after that first down play. This offense sweat out half number 1. So after the incompletion on first, now 2nd and 10. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he's going to be taken down here as that will lead us to the end of the first half of play. So we've reached halftime here in our nation's capital with the Commanders on top. As we'll get you down the coast to Orlando for Jonathan Coachman at our EA Sports Halftime Report. Coach, and we welcome you back now alongside Charles Davis operating gun, getting set for quarter number 3 here. Forecast calling for more of the same. The rain set to continue as we are underway in the second half. And this will not be returnable. It's out of the back of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. By no means certainly are they out of this contest. 2-score game start of the third quarter, but you feel like if they don't get points and then they give up points, then it can become a slippery slope. This feels like an important possession.
Yeah, and that slope becomes even more slick if you come away empty-handed on this drive, because then you give them a chance to extend their lead. You need some kind of points here, even if it's just a few.
Oh, that's into a sea of bodies, and it's intercepted. And he will bring this one back. An interception return for a Commanders touchdown. Well, I mean, you get it. They're trying to make something happen here in this third quarter, CD, but I don't think a pick-6 is exactly what they had in mind.
No, not at all, because this offense, they've been stuck all game long. Haven't dented the scoreboard yet, and they're kind of forced to take a few chances here, and that one, it backfired in a big way.
So they'll get another shot on offense following that pick-6, and now the kick is away. And that'll carry over the back line of the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. I kind of feel like they've reached a do-or-die point in this game, Charles. If they're going to try to pull off an impressive comeback, it has to start right here, right now.
Yeah, now they've got a final chance to get out of this situation, but they also understand they've got to move the ball and move it fast. In addition, they need to save as much time so they can get 2 more possessions.
A good run got 7 on first. Here's 2nd and 3. Play action. Here's Hurts. Escaping the pressure right. And he can't find a receiver, and he's brought down. Chase Young in there to drop him for his 11th sack of the year.
So one quick, easy analysis about why they've struggled so far. They keep putting themselves in third and long situations. They just took another sack right there.
And the offensive film session tomorrow may be a little longer than it normally is.
Not a lot of positive grades will be handed out thus far.
Here's Hurts to throw. He's going to look deep for Watkins. It's caught inside the 25. And he's brought down inside the 20 at the 18-yard line. And that looked almost to be a case of, a quarterback saying, hey, I'm going to throw this as far as I can and hope you run under it. Mission accomplished.
And that might be just what they needed to get back in this game. Sometimes you need a big play to shake things up. Get a little life in your sideline, get everyone believing again, and they got it there in a big way.
From the red zone now, they'll look to throw. This is caught. And he can't quite get there. Tackled down at the 1. Another first down as he went right back to the same well, this time for 17 yards.
How about the way they're moving the ball down the field? They had a big play a moment ago. Followed it up with another nice one here, and before you know it, they're already looking at 1st and goal.
And he'll take it into the end zone for an Eagles touchdown. A great play there with his 9th rushing touchdown on the year. And the Eagles are able to make some inroads here to that deficit. Extra point up and good by Sanders, and that'll cut the lead to 17-7. Now after the touchdown, ready to kick it away is Sanders. Fields it right around the goal line. And he'll take it a yard or so past the 20, call it the 21. They're set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. This now a 10-point game, so things tightening a little bit after that last score. They'll come out throwing here to start the drive. Wide open receiver complete. And he'll be marked down at about the 26-yard line. I think it's fair to say there's nothing that gets a crowd to its feet quite like a big play, and that was something special there. Boy, was he moving.
And we do talk a lot about how the tight end position has changed in the NFL. Here's a great example. It used to be that they were linemen who occasionally caught passes. Now they're wide receivers who occasionally block people. And right here, this isn't tight end speed. It's definitely wide receiver speed.
18 Rattler.
On first down, they'll go to the ground attack. 5 yards on the carry. Good pickup on first down.
Well, they're hoping that the second half is better for him than the first half. They've got to find a way to get him going. He's a big part of their offense.
Fix the Eagles.
Second and 5. This a quick slant, and he's got Terry McLaurin. Touchdown, Washington. Terry McLaurin from 21 yards away. And his guy's now an extra point away from taking a 3-score lead. Well, Charles, he's still a young signal caller in this league, second year in the NFL. But I don't know if last year as a rookie, if he would have worked through his progressions like he did on that touchdown pass.
I think you're right about that. We're seeing him grow up right in front of our eyes because when he went to his primary read, he recognized that they were all over that. So he continued to survey the field, picked up another target, delivered a pass exactly where it needed to be. A very mature play for the second-year quarterback.
Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And this will be a touchback as that sails over the end line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Right now, Charles, it just feels like they're trying to keep pace. They did score the touchdown last time out, but they still trail by double digits here. We'll see if this offense is once again up to the task.
Yeah, and I think that after the last drive, they've got to be pretty revved up, don't you think? Everything they were doing was working pretty well. They go back out there with the same mindset, play at the same tempo and the same pace. Still a lot of time left to make something happen in this one.
And they'll give him another shot here on the ground. And the second wave of tacklers is going to get him as they stop him behind the line. It'll go down as a 2-yard loss, and it brings up a third down.
I see a shake of the head as he gets up, and you got to imagine he's thinking, guys, you got to help me out. He's hoping his team can read his thoughts because he definitely needs some assistance.
A throw there, but that's going to wind up incomplete.
That's an excellent job right there on third down. Like any defense, you never want to let them get anything started, and that would have been a first down. Instead, you saw the contact on time, no penalty, and before this drive could get wings, it's fourth down.
Taken from just outside the 30. They'll score that a 36-yard punt, and it will be Washington football now with a 1st and 10. The Washington offense at the line and ready to roll. And the football changing hands here, and as this offense takes the field, Charles, they'd be fine with more of the same on this upcoming drive. Last time out, they found the end zone for 6.
And they're certainly hoping for more of the same, but the game plan, I doubt it'll just be a carbon copy.
And he takes it in. Touchdown, Washington. Brian Robinson Jr., 61 yards. And the Commanders get another third-quarter touchdown to add on to that lead. Extra point by Sly is up and good. And the lead is now 24. Joey Sly now to kick off after the touchdown. And they will not get a chance to return this one as it's through the end zone for a touchback. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. They trail here by 24 points. Got to get going soon, you'd have to think, as they come up 1st and 10. Yeah, boy, this defense again really making things tough on him as they stop him for no gain.
Ladies and gentlemen, that is a force of nature in the defensive tackle position. Yes, he's as big as they come, but still plenty agile. He's able to make a nice play there to swallow up the ball carrier.
3rd quarter on a Monday night with a 2nd and 10 coming up. And they'll keep leaning on the running game. Back to the ground. And he'll get it up near the 35, right at the 34 here. This offense in desperate need of a conversion as they come up on 3rd down. Hurts. That ball nearly intercepted, but he could not hang on. Oh, pick there certainly would have been nice. Instead, at least, it'll be 4th down.
How about some applause for the defense there? They forced him to throw that one into coverage, and just like that, they're staring at a 4th down. Well done.
Let's go.
They'll try and throw for it with Hurts. And this is caught. That's Watkins. And he is going to have an Eagles 1st down as they manage to convert, and that'll keep the drive alive. They only needed that 1 yard going for it on 4th. I got to be honest, I thought they were going to stay on the ground. They surprised me. Did they surprise you?
I'm with you on that one. I thought they'd find a way to create some type of a power run and try and pick up the 1st down, but they decided keep the ball in the hands of the guy who could throw it, and it paid off.
Yeah, that decision paid off indeed. He's got room at the 30. So the big play gets him all the way down to the outskirts of the red zone here for 1st and 10. Again, he'll drop to throw. And that one drops down, incomplete. Good coverage there, forced the ball free, and it's 2nd down. And this should be the final play before the quarter ends. On 2nd down, they'll run it here. And he'll be brought down on what's going to turn out to be the final play of this 3rd quarter. So not quite a 1st and goal. It's 1st and 10 from the 10. From the shotgun, he'll look to throw. Over the middle, it's complete. Call it a gain of 6 on the play, and that'll bring up 2nd down. Off the play fake, here's Hurts. And it'll be intercepted. Picked by Kendall Fuller. And the Commanders are going to get the football here as the ball will come out to the 20. Well, field goals probably aren't going to cut it at this point. This was touchdown or bust, and unfortunately for them, it turned out to be bust.
Yeah, they're feeling like they've got to force the issue here, maybe take some chances they wouldn't have earlier in the game. But give credit to this defense. They really stood tall throughout, and they come up with the interception in the end zone.
And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop him behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12.
Come on. Hey. Go, Reed, go.
Well, now they'll try the end around. And he'll power his way up near the 25.
Anytime the offense shows what they call a shot play or a chunk play where they're trying to get big yardage, sometimes people just call it gadget plays, and you hold it to a gain that we just saw there, you feel pretty good about yourself as a defense.
The offense on 3rd down tonight, 2 for 5 to this point. This will be 3rd and 6. One back in the backfield, he'll get the carry. And he'll be stopped short of the 1st down as they rally to tackle him at about the 28. Call it a gain of 4, and it'll bring up 4th down.
But forget knowing where the 1st down line was. This defense created their own line of scrimmage. They won every battle up front, and a lot of times that is one-on-one. And if you win your one-on-ones enough times, your defense is going to be pretty good. They had more people to the football and snuffed out the play.
He's averaging just under 50 yards a punt as he gets this away. It'll be 37 yards there on the punt, and the Eagles will have it, taking over 1st and 10. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. And that 5-game win streak is ticking away here in the 4th quarter. Just haven't been as sharp in this one. And the first play of the drive there is incomplete.
Even with such a big lead late, the effort hasn't lapsed one bit. If the offense wants to score some points in this one, they're going to have to earn it. These guys are not giving up anything.
And Washington now going to use the first of their 3 timeouts. That'll leave them with 2 remaining. We'll be back after this. From the 34, they'll come to the line on 2nd and 10. He'll look to throw. Looking deep downfield. And Hurts is intercepted, his 3rd of the game. Picked off by Benjamin St-Juste. And the Commanders are going to take possession of the football. Another solid game-changing play for this defense for the interception. At this point, I don't know that it's game-changing. I mean, they've got this one in firm control.
And you always hear about, those stories about someone left their game plan behind and maybe you benefit from it. I'm not going to say that happened, but they certainly have appeared on defense to be a step ahead this entire game. Guys are always in the right spot in order to make a play.
The offense has had its moments, too. The defensive line made pretty easy work of the offensive line that time.
And people get tired of the cliche that the battle is won in the trenches. But it's a cliche because it's true. And how about the battle right there? One on the edge, and the ball carrier did not benefit.
And he'll get this down only to about the 46. He'll get only 3 there, so it leaves him with a 3rd and 7 ahead.
Brandon, I've got to think this offensive line has got some smiles on its faces. And I know it sounds crazy, but they practiced for this back in training camp. They knew there'd be in situations where there'd be extra defenders in the box coming after them, trying to keep them from locking down a game. Right now, they want to show the world they're up to the challenge.
And he can only manage to get this to the 45-yard line, well short of the first. Only a yard on the pickup there, and it's going to leave him with a 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter as he's on to punt for the 4th time tonight. And this is going to be ruled out, I think, just inside the 20. Yes, it will. Side judge calls it at the 19-yard line. The Eagles offense set to begin their next drive. Where we stand right now in the 4th quarter, this one pretty much out of reach. And, Charles, I know they're going to be disappointed about several things with this ball game, but the self-inflicted wounds, they've had several turnovers. You would have to think that's going to be something they're going to discuss heavily in the film section in the coming days.
You're absolutely right about that, partner, because they're going to have to sit in that film room and watch every error that they made and figure out how to not do it in the future. And mentally, I think a lot of the guys are already starting to think about, okay, how do we put this behind us and get better for the next time out? This, they'll use as motivation for the rest of the time that they play to hopefully never be in this type of situation again.
Hands it off out of the gun. And he's going to lose yardage and be backed up to the 25. Looking at a 2nd and 11 now after the loss. Back to throw. Oh, he dropped it. They were looking for him in the middle 3rd. He couldn't catch it. Now 3rd down.
And that's another play that's painted the picture of this game overall. It's been a blowout. It's been continually fueled by big turnovers and stops for one side and an inability to advance the ball from the other.
On 3rd down, he'll drop to throw. And this is caught. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins, 25 yards for the touchdown. And the Eagles get a bit closer. Oh, such great concentration there, going right up against the side of the end zone, but able to get the feet in bounds.
There are so many things that go into that catch, and you just mentioned...
And it's intercepted at the goal line. Picked off by Tremaine Edmonds, the linebacker. He's at the 50.
There's some excitement, right? Go for two, and instead it gets picked off. How about the return? Give him a lot of credit, though, for not giving up after the play.
Yeah, the troops rallied.
Exactly, and getting back there and making the tackle and not giving up 2 points themselves.
Out there set and ready for this next drive, the Washington offense. And it's looking all the more likely that a 5th straight win is going to be in the cards. They'll try to run some time here with a 1st and 10. And he'll take this ahead for about 4. 2nd down coming up. And this defense here going to burn their 2nd timeout. But you can also factor in another timeout that they'll get when the clock stops at the 2-minute warning. 2nd and 6, just inside the 30. Second down and a run by Robinson. And they get him down, but not before he takes it across the 40-yard line. And now here comes the 3rd of their timeouts defensively. So they'll be left with only the 2-minute warning to stop it from here on out. They'll try and run some clock here as they keep it on the ground. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. 2 yards the loss, 2nd and 12. 2 minutes left to play in this football game here on EA Sports. 2nd and 12, operating from the 39. And it's been like this all night long. Nowhere to run as they stop it behind the line. Back-to-back 2-yard losses, and that sets up a tough 3rd and 14.
I thought he did a nice job there setting an edge and make sure nothing could get to the outside. But he decided that wasn't enough for him. Worked his way back inside and made the tackle on the ball carrier.
Now on 3rd and long, they'll look to throw. Finding his safety valve here. That's complete. And boy, he had the marker square in his sights, but a good tackle's going to leave him about a yard or so short. It's a pickup of 13, but they're still a bit short, and it'll be 4th down. Washington going to send out their punter. They'll boot it away from about his 35. And he deserves a bronze leg as he gets this one away. And a great job here. This is going to turn out to be a beauty. This is marked out at about the 3-yard line. Now, if you're a fan of punting, this game's for you. He's been out there quite a bit. That one maybe his best yet.
They certainly got his leg loose by now. It kind of reminds me of my college football coach, John Majors. He loved the punting game because he liked the positioning, the field position, and he loved to play defense.
Now a desperation throw deep downfield. And this is going to fall to the ground incomplete. That very nearly their 4th pick of the game. Instead, 2nd down.
I've got a good friend in football who always talks about predictive history. He's got one of their 2 touchdowns. You can understand why they tried to find him again. Weren't able to connect, but the thought, that was good.
To throw again on 2nd down. Hurts. And his throw here is incomplete.
At this point in the game, they've got to continue to try anything they can. They're still working at it, even though this one feels like a lost cause.
So back-to-back incompletions, and that has him staring at a 3rd and 10. From the gun, it's Hurts. He's got a man, complete. Touchdown, Philadelphia. Quez Watkins with now 2 fourth-quarter touchdowns. And the Eagles have got it back to a 2-score game here in the 4th.
You've got to understand situational football because they're playing with the lead here late in the ball game. So the back defender has got to be as deep as the deepest receiver. Keep everything in front of you, rally up and make the play.
Yeah, you would think they had the 3-score lead. Now it's down to 2, but 3-score lead here late, that they wouldn't give up a big pass play like that, but they did. And this is going to be recovered by the hand seam. And that should just about put a capper on this one. They knew they